So y'all, I am getting ready to film my supernatural video. And some of the extra spooky bays have already heard me do an intro, so you know, just let it slide. I just wanted to do like a quick update on what's going on with me, whatnot. I know that some of you know that I've been, I started taking some medication. By the way, I'm using the Tropicolor palette, Sydney Grace and Tina, the Fancy Face, and I am currently in my like pink era. I'm like, I am in my pink era. I'm enjoying this. Okay, so what was I saying? We don't remember. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Dr. Bird and I'm actually just gonna like kind of pop it atop this, because why not? You know what I mean? Why not give it like a little extra pizzazz? And I was trying to be like neutral-ish, but like I just don't do neutral well, like y'all. I'm like, I tried it. It's not my cuppa. All right, so anyways, so I've been trying a medication that my doctor prescribed. I feel like I don't like this doctor. Like, I like the actual doctor. I do not like her PA. It's not really gonna be my problem soon, so that's actually good. But I still have some like weird health things going on. Like my platelet count is really low and it decreased since the last time that I saw them, and they like cussed me out kind of. Like, she left me this note because we have an app. I know, an app for your doctor. Yes, listen, 2022. See, it sounded normal this time when I said it. Like last time I said it, I was like, what the hell? Why does it sound weird? Anyways, so I'm gonna come over here. I feel like I'm gonna use green. I'm gonna ground it a little bit with a matte shadow, but I'm going to actually come back in here with shimmer. I'm gonna come in with a shimmer, because sometimes I just like to kind of ground it and do this, and then I come in with a shimmer and it's really nice. It just makes the whole thing kind of come together nicely for me. And it gives me like a little bit of a guideline so I don't like completely fuck it up and get a little too wild with things, right? Right. So I'm gonna go in with Rainforest right now. I heard that noise and I was like, oh my God, somebody's coming to kill me. Yeah, that's why I like doing it right there. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, anyway, I have to get that checked out. I have to see a hematologist, which, yay. But the thing is, once I've seen the hematologist, like, we'll see what's going on with me, and that's the thing. Then I'm also on a medication for like my anxiety and my depression, which is good because I have serotonin, which is just, it's actually marvelous, right? But the bad part is, it's like it's fucking up my sleep schedule. Like, for some reason, this medicine just like refuses to let you like sleep like a human. So I'm just like always fucking awake, and then I can only like really get any sleep like mid freaking day, or like, you know, so it's like I'll get off work at sometimes before we got the new person, but I get off work at like 2:30, and then I just like come home and I let Bo out, and then I sleep for 2 hours because I don't sleep at all at night, and it just like keeps, and then even when I try to stay awake, because I've tried that as well, I've been like, just don't go to sleep, you know what I mean? And telling myself like, just don't go to sleep, just like if I can stay awake the whole time. I tried that, and what I got was I still didn't sleep. I still stayed wide the fuck awake, so that's a good time. I like Sydney Grace's formula. It's really pretty, but I don't feel like it's as bright as I like, but we'll see when I'm all done. You know what I mean? You can't judge the look by like the 4 things that you've put on, but I'm always trying something new, and I'm trying a couple of like, I'm trying the shades I feel like I haven't really gotten to play with. And now that Stye Town is finally, you know, it's no longer here, because I waited extra long this time, because last time I got all excited, I was like, oh, the Stye's gone, and then it switched to the other eye, so I was like, let me just not get excited about like being able to wear makeup, and only to find out like, no, you got another Stye. So I have been sleeping, so some of y'all have shown up, thank you, to my random like hey, it's 3 a.m. and I'm streaming House of Ashes. Welcome. Ooh, that's a good time. But I'm trying to get that under control, and I'm hoping that it works out. This PA, I don't know, there's something about her I don't like. I feel like she's not listening to me. Like, I was trying to tell her, listen, this is gonna get deep, y'all, but like, here we go. I was trying to tell her about my downstairs friend, which is a cyst. You know, it's not, they're not invited, but they came anyway, you know what I mean? And I was like trying to tell her, and I even said, like, this is a family trait. Like, this runs in the family. Apparently my grandfather used to get them in. So, I'm trying to explain that. When I tell y'all this heifer was like, I mean, I know it's her job or whatever, but she kept trying to insist that it was herpes, and there's nothing wrong with herpes, right? People get herpes. My problem was she still wasn't listening to me because I'm trying to explain to her, like, that's not what it is. And if it was, that's fine. I'm not going to be a bitch about it. But what I'm trying to tell you is that that's not the thing, and I need you, I really just wanted her to get me set up so that I could just get it excised. Because I can't just take time off work. That's the thing that's, I was about to say this bitch doesn't understand. But it's true. It's something she just really wasn't getting. I'm like, ma'am, I literally cannot be like taking all this time off work. And I was hoping that since I had the day off, you know, you could just help a bitch out, get this thing excised, and like let me live my best life. And that's not what happened. And she was like, I'm gonna take a culture of it and test it for herpes. I'm like, okay, well, that's not what you're gonna find, but fine, do you. I'm telling you, it's a cyst, but okay. So lo and behold, I was right. It is a cyst, and I'm just even more annoyed that I spent any time talking to this woman, because like she seems to be very brick wally. And let me just tell y'all, so they're you know, she's asking me like now it's the PA and then the nurse, and I don't know what kind of nurse she was because I wasn't actually paying close attention, but this nurse they kept trying to like ask me these questions, and this is where I started to feel uncomfy. I feel like it's because it felt to me a little insistent and invasive about like when my period was, and y'all know I'm in Texas, so like a bitch isn't trying to get, you know, thrown in jail while I'm trying to escape. So anyway, I'm like, I am trying to escape this place. Please let me go. I don't want to be here. Let me be free. Like, please be kind. Let me escape. Thank you. Anyways, oh, that's coming out nicely. So, but at one point, like, they were asking me about, you know, my sexual orientation, which again, I don't feel like that's any of their business. I don't feel like that changes anything. And that's why it started weirding me out, because I just started feeling really uncomfortable about that. Because I was like, why do you need to know this? Because here's the thing, what happened is that the nurse was like asking me, and she's like, well, I had already said that I was asexual, right? And then the nurse was like, yeah, but if you were to engage in sex, like what, like would it be with a man or what? I was like, I'm asexual, so it doesn't matter, I won't be engaging in sex. And so finally she just was like, okay, and just like left me alone. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of what you should have done in the first place. I'm using waterfalls here now, and I'll, you know, bring y'all in closer for the final look. So there was just like a lot of, I don't know, it just felt weird and irritating. I didn't feel like that with the doctor, but I don't know, that's another reason I have to get out of the state, because that kind of shit, it's just weird because it makes you uncomfortable and you just feel awkward and you're like, why is this even happening? And you just can't really like get a grasp on it. I'm gonna try this LYS bronzer again. I feel like, no I'm not, I'm gonna hate it. As soon as I opened it, I was like, no you're not, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna try that and you're gonna get really pissed off at yourself for having done so. Let me grab the right one. All right, I'm gonna try going back to my closest one. I wonder if it still gives what the girlie said it was gonna get. No, I'm just kidding. I used to like it a lot, so I'm like, may as well try it now. But is it giving anything? I'm like, is it giving anything? I don't feel like, and maybe it's this brush, because I've never used this brush to bronze before. I'm like, I've never used this brush to bronze before. It's giving a smidge. And I don't need a whole bunch of bronzing, it's fine. I'm like, I'm okay. But, ooh, nice, okay. But the point of all of that was just saying, like, I just felt like it was really invasive, and I just didn't seem to understand, like, why they didn't know what asexual was. Like, girl, why you still asking me? I'm not gonna have sex with nobody, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so that aside, now that we've discussed that, I think, because I'm trying to get this up, this particular video, I'm trying to get this up Monday wait, today's is Monday, so Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Tuesday, or probably Monday, but Tuesday at the latest, because I am trying to do a hangout of some form on Wednesday, because I think it might be Thursday, because I think I'm off on Friday, so I'm trying to do some kind of hangout on one of those days. Now, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take just, I feel like, you know what, I need my scorchers. Please hold while I get my scorchers. Now I feel like I'm about to get into the gossipy portion of this thing, because I'm about to gossip my little ass off and be like, did you hear? No. So I feel like what's happening, I don't know if y'all have seen it going down, but like, it looks like Oprah is trying to make a comeback. So that's a thing. I don't know how y'all feel about Oprah. I don't like, and again, that is a personal choice. You do not have to defend it, period. I just need y'all to know that. Like, don't start feeling like, just because I'm not into it or whatever, that you have to like hide it. Because if there's one thing that I have wholeheartedly been like, yeah, let's just like chill the fuck out on, is I just want people to be able to enjoy their makeup. You know what I mean? I find that it's important. There's also like, she used to go by Porcelain, but she doesn't, I think she's going by her like name now. But I think she still talks about Jeffree Star, and I'm just like, do you, girl, whatever. Because I get it, right? It's views. The thing that bothers me about these types of folks, especially when they troll their audience, to be like, would y'all like me to talk about, like, baby, just admit it's views. Just admit it. Like, that's the thing that bothers me about these folks, because they won't just admit, like, my views are down because I'm not talking about this controversial person. So just say it. You know what I mean? Stand in your truth, girl. Because some of these people, like, you know, instead of, like the Oprah thing, right? Instead of them just saying, like, listen, this is my job, and it's about the check for me. Like, I'm here to get my check. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my damn check. I need y'all to stop standing in the way of me and my money. And if they just say that, I think everybody would be fine. But they never want to just come out and say that they do this shit for money, because they feel like for some reason that, like, and I get it to a degree, they're like, oh, people aren't going to like me if I say I do shit for money. But like, baby, that's what you do. That is what you do. It's weird that y'all will like try so hard, not y'all, but you know what I'm saying? Try so hard to pretend like, especially if this is your full-time gig, try so hard to pretend like that's not why you do this. Because we don't do that with any other job. We don't. With any other job. No other job do we do that bullshit and be like, I just do it for the love. Like, no, girl, like if this was my full-time job and I was like making money, like money to live off of from doing YouTube. Listen, I'm just gonna say it. Be like, listen, I'm reviewing this brand again because blah, blah. I'm doing a collab with this brand because money. Because my understanding with Oprah is that they paid. All right, and keeping with my indie beauty love, I'm gonna actually use the Arthurine Polar Lights highlighter from Menagerie, because I just love this highlighter. And I think my favorite thing is I really like to put it like on like on my finger, and then I have a thing where, because I like to do this, I find I like it better when when I finger tap it into the places that I want it to be, because it just, I feel like when I do it this way and then I come in with a brush, I feel like it just looks better. And I try to remember to do this prior to doing my brows, because otherwise it just looks a messy, bitch. I'm like, otherwise it looks messy. Anyways, I remember I said it. I was like, I'm going to do a neutral look, and this is neutral for me. But that's the thing that's really cracking me up. I feel like, you know, T, Nappy Headed Hoba, has talked about this, like, where have all the beauty gurus gone, like, what's going on. I do think the views are down, and it's natural that they should be right now. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world. It's very stressful, and I feel like where people maybe used to go to beauty to calm down and relax, some people are going to other places. Also, true crime and commentary is up, and if I'm gonna add even more honesty, I do think that the viewers are trying to regroup. It's been years of bullshit, and I feel like there's like this level of like just trying to regroup, just trying to get yourselves back in a space where you feel like you can trust the people that you watch again. I feel like that's a thing. And I was in BGC, and one thing I noticed, because listen, if there's one thing I am, it's nosy as shit, and I will go into BGC, I will read stories, because I'm a nosy bitch, okay? I am nosy as fuck, and there's literally, like, you cannot stop me from being that kind of nosy, okay? So, but anyways, but usually, like, and I've said this before, there's always a post in there from someone just being like, I'm bored of beauty gurus, like, da-da-da-da-da. Well, I'm going to block out their name, and I'm going to put the post up for you. Pause if you want to read it. Somebody made this comment, and I haven't seen anybody really say this out loud before, but this time somebody just stood in that shit and was like, nah, here's the thing. I noticed that y'all, and they basically called everybody out in there. I mean, and was really just saying, like, y'all watch the same 8 to 10 white creators, and if y'all are tired of them, that's your fault. Like, y'all need to be watching creators of color, like, etc., and named quite a few. And I found that was, like, so refreshing, because I think that all the time, and obviously, like, I cannot comment and just be like, y'all literally, like, here's the thing, y'all, it's an abusive relationship, I feel like. Like, y'all just keep waiting for your favorite beauty creators to go back to exactly the way that they were, doing what you want them to do. And then when they don't do it, you just keep complaining. It's like people still bitching about tutorials, like full. And I know that we do tutorials. You know what I mean? I know we do them. Just not in the way that people, like, this would be a tutorial. If this was on YouTube, I would consider this an actual tutorial. Porque I am doing makeup, you're seeing how I'm doing it, you're getting an idea, it's giving you inspo, whatever. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, like, I'm sorry I said it was giving you inspo, because that makes me a fucking asshole. But, alright, I'm going in with the Moira Signature Ombre Brush. I've started using the Morning Sunshine. Initially, I did not like this, and now I've been like, bitch, I kind of like this. It's cute. It's really cute. But anyway, I feel like it was just nice to see somebody actually say something about that, because I constantly see that in there, and I'm like, y'all, are you okay? Like, y'all will literally be in these streets upset about, like, the same 7 creators, y'all, like, eager to jump on somebody, destroy somebody, whatever it is. But it's just wild, and it's wacky for me to watch, to see, because I'm like, there are so many creators out there, there's so many small creators, and I have a theory. I'm just like, listen, the beauty community is never going to be what it once was, and y'all just need to get over it, number 1. But number 2, I have a theory that if people keep, like, playing this game of, like, oh, I just want to see, like, XYZ or whatever, what they're going to find is that a lot of beauty content creators, because, like, everybody's experiencing a dip in views, but it is especially harsh on in the beauty space. And there's several reasons why, right? Honestly, like, I feel like a lot of us have a shit ton of makeup. We've purchased it. I feel like the blush needs just a little, like a small ramp up. And I feel like I know what I'm going to do to make that happen. Listen, I'm going to use all the makeup today, because, like, why have it? Why have it? Why have it if I'm not going to use it? It's so funny, because I always forget. I've been looking in this mirror being like, why is it so cloudy? And I was like, once again, Aud, you forgot to, like, take the little thing out. Now you're just like, oh. But, I feel like if people do not start giving some of these smaller creators, like Beauty and the Frizz and whatnot, like, a chance, a lot of those beauty creators aren't going to be around. Like, they're going to switch and pivot and do different content. And that has me, like, kind of worried, about, like, what the beauty community will look like at some point, if it will really even exist properly. Instead of just, like, being a weird, like, because remember when mukbangs were, like, a very, like, niche community, and, like, now apparently it doesn't matter what channel, what kind of content you create, you can, I guess, do a mukbang. But I'm gonna actually throw some of this sun rays, like, right in here, because I just feel like it. Like, I just feel like mixing a little bit of that yellow to just see if I can Just kind of warm up the edge just a little bit. Oh. Okay. Anyways, so that's kind of like the thought process I have. I feel like there's a lot of people like me. I'm doing whatever I want, like, because I think that it gives me massive anxiety if I start thinking about my channel too much. Like all of a sudden I start worrying about like how each video is doing and what I'm doing wrong and why isn't anybody watching my content. And realistically, like a lot of times, like, yeah, like people always try to say like, oh, it's you and you have to make engaging content, you have to, but I've been busting my ass making like fun content for literal years. And it's not just that, because I see other people who make fantastic content. It's not just that. It's if YouTube decides that they want to push your content. That's all it is. It's like up to YouTube at the end of the day. I'm gonna do my brows. I'll be right back. Okay, so the wildest thing, I was like, I don't feel like this bronze is bronzing. I never thought I would be like, oh, let me use my Morphe bronzer to fix it. Listen, that is embarrassing. Tell nobody, all right? This is between us, fam. Don't tell anybody that the Morphe bronzer saved everything. Anyways, I just think that for me personally, and I think a lot of people, a lot of these people do not realize that they're hanging on to a beauty community that does not exist. And my theory on it is this. All right, I had to finish the pointy part. All right, so my theory on it is this. Here we go. Hip hop hooray. Ho. Hey. Ho. All right, anyways, to the theory. That basically the way that the community is going to revive, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again, is Gen Z. And I know that people hate to hear that, but here's what I mean. There's a lot of people who have like so much nostalgia for the old days of essentially being taken advantage of. And I don't say that to be like mean or like whatever. But there was something nice about thinking that your favorite creators were literally doing this because they loved it. Do you know what I mean? There was like a good feeling about thinking like, oh, they just love makeup and and not saying that they don't, but there was just a feeling of not knowing that financial means were attached to it. You know what I mean? And I do think that Gen Z is going to, I'm gonna just do that and fix that right now, because I feel like that went to a weird angle. Yeah. Hold on, let me do the pointy part. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is that Gen Z, and like some millennials, right? Like younger millennials, not older ones, but you know, not saying, anyways. Younger millennials and Gen Z are what's going to have to fix it, because they understand that this is a business from jump. And you can clearly see it on TikTok. Like when somebody is getting their bag, they're like, ooh, sis, I see you. And people get really excited when people get sponsorships, when they get an ad, you know, when they're getting paid, because people understand that this is a job. You know what I mean? They get that. They're like, yeah, this is a job. People like do this as a job to make money, to live their lives. And so because they know that, because they understand that, they don't have a lot of fucking problems with it. They're like, that's fine, boo. Do you make money? But the old guard folks just can't handle it. Like they, it feels like ever since they found out people make money doing this, they just kind of like, I don't know, it kind of fucked them up, I think. If I'm gonna be honest, I think it just really fucked them up. They were like, bitch, what? And I think for some, it just made them feel like, oh, you're just not genuine. And I really, like, I hate to be the person that says this, but those people have to go. They have to go. Like, oh, there it goes again. I forgot to do my second layer. Oh, because I'm using a bigger, thicker lash. Anyways, on the magnetic lashes, BT dubs, you, for your bigger lashes that have like a little bit of a thicker band, you want to do like 2 layers, and then don't let it get all the way dry. Like, don't put them on wet, but also don't let it get all the way dry. Like, in the time it's going to take me to do my other eye, I need to go ahead and put the lash on this eye. Anyways, But the people who understand that this is a business and all of that stuff are going to be the ones that end up taking it over. And it's not saying that even creators now won't make it. I think it'll actually make some of the creators who are doing their thing now, makes it a little easier for them. And it's gonna work. It's gonna work its way out in virtually all areas. But remember, in beauty, it's misogyny and ugliness that way. So it's very easy for people to look down on it. But I do think that there was just like this feeling where people didn't feel like, oh, you're making any money off of it, and because they felt like that, they were fine with that, you know? When they just thought like, oh, it's all for the love of makeup. And there's something weird with people who, like, I feel like people just really don't understand how capitalism works. This one, I feel like this lash is too long. I'm gonna fuck with it in a minute. But a lot of people, see, there it goes. A lot of people just really don't understand how capitalism, like, works, and how we're kind of, in a lot of ways, forced to make our most fun hobbies our jobs. Hence content creation, right? And I mean that in multiple ways. I'm not just talking about content for YouTube. I'm just talking about like people who write for television, people who work in social media. Like, you're taking the things that you enjoy doing and making it into your job or whatever you make money on, right? Which, there's nothing wrong with that. But the end result is that, like, people currently don't love that you actually make money doing what you like. And so they're just like really upset all the time. So I think that what's going to happen is Gen Z, they understand it's a business, and like younger millennials understand it's a business, and that's really what's going to change the game. You're going to have people who like get it and aren't like sitting there mad about affiliate links and aren't like fucking pissed off every time you have a sponsored post. They're not sitting around hopping on you know, Reddit talking about how they just skip your sponsored posts. Like, I don't have any, but you know what I'm saying? They're just not doing that shit. And I think that makes a difference. Like, because again, the younger generations understand that this is a job, this is a business, and like, this is people's livelihoods, and they're not begrudging of people doing it. They're not sitting around saying shit like, oh, well, we make them rich, and like, and really feeling entitled to that person's time. And it's very interesting to me because for every one of those types of posts, I will often see posts looking for a YouTuber, only to find out that YouTuber doesn't create anymore. And like a beauty content creator, only to find out that content creator doesn't create anymore. And it's like, yeah, because if you don't, like, y'all get all like, oh, I don't want to share because I don't want people to hate them and jump on them. It's fine. But like, at the end of the day, you know, people do make content because they enjoy it. And of course it's about the views. Of course we want people to see it. But it's a job. And I think that and like I said before, I think it's going to be another like I think before I said 4 or 5 years. So probably we're now in like the 3 or so year range where we'll be like, oh, and that's all it's going to take. It's really just going to take people who understand that it's a job. This is going to happen for a lot of people's channels. The people who understand that content creation is not free. And so those folks, let me just, right here on the edge. I almost got it. Oh, no. Oh, never mind. It's fine. So those folks, once we weed them out, like, I think as a general rule, all of content creation will be significantly easier. All right, so this is the final look. I think I actually look hella cute. Like, yeah, baby. Yeah, I really like this. Like, it's kind of like I feel like this is a neutral-ish look, right? Like, with a little pop of color. Yeah? Anyways, I might pop on some jewels for the video, but this is where we are. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and film for Supernatural. Let me know your thoughts. We can talk back and forth because, like, I mean, I'm apparently awake all the time. So yeah, until I see y'all next time, peace out. Why?